You're watching Breakfast Central on News Central. We are Africa First. It's time for COVID updates, and Micheal Ngene is on ground to let us know what the latest is. Good morning to you, Micheal.
Hi, good morning, Joe. Good morning, Oluchi. Let's get to South Africa and let you know what is happening when it comes to COVID-19 update across the African continent. The Department of Health in the country has announced changes with regards to vaccination program as part of ongoing efforts guided by scientific evidence to increase uptake of the COVID-19 vaccine in South Africa. Now, it's important we note some of these changes. They include reduction of time interval between the first dose and second dose of the Pfizer from 42 days to 21 days with effect from today, the Wednesday, the 23rd of February 2022. Firstly, all individuals who are fully vaccinated with Pfizer vaccine, meaning they have received both doses, will now be eligible for the booster dose 90 days or 3 months after the second dose instead of the current 180 days or 6 month interval. Now, secondly, all individuals older than 18 years of age who have received one dose of the COVID-19 J&J vaccine will, with effect from Monday, the 21st of February 2022, be eligible to receive a booster dose of the same vaccine or a booster dose of Pfizer after an interval of 2 months. That is exactly 60 days. This is something that happened in South Africa, and I think it's important that South Africa is towing this path in ensuring that they get some of their citizens vaccinated, because the issue of vaccine hesitancy in Africa seems to be on the front burner. And that takes me to my next story, where Africa CDC says it will ask that all COVID-19 vaccine donations to Africa be paused until the third or fourth quarter of this year. Now, Africa CDC has been talking about this, talking tough about how African countries have been wasting vaccines. The director of the agency, John Kekasong, said the primary challenge for vaccinating the continent is no longer supply shortages, but logistic challenges and vaccine hesitancy, which is why the agency and the Africa Vaccine Acquisition Trust is seeking this delay. And I totally agree with him, because it makes no sense that Africa keeps receiving these vaccine batches and they end up as waste. Just recall that last year, 22nd of December 2021 precisely, Nigeria destroyed over 1 million expired vaccines. Now recall that we literally were battling to get these vaccines into the country sometime in February, March of 2021. It finally came into the country, and 1 million doses were destroyed because they expired. Now, it's also important for us to understand that some of these COVID-19 doses and of course the vaccines have a shelf life that left only weeks to administer them. That is, their lifespan is not that long. So once you keep storing them, definitely they'll get wasted. Now, the challenge of vaccine hesitancy is another thing that Africa CDC pointed out as a huge concern. We all know that this has been so, there's been so many theories about the vaccination and fears by many people saying that, the vaccine is a lot of things that it is not. So some people really did not, go for the vaccines when they were brought in some African countries, leading to some of these vaccines being destroyed. But I think it's important that African leaders get to do what they can to ensure that they step up these vaccinations to ensure that their citizens get these vaccines, and also let them devise other means in terms of distribution and plan to make sense of how they can actually get these vaccines to people and also get them to take it. Now, still talking about vaccination donations, let me just tell you that just yesterday, Tuesday, the 22nd of February, Tunisia took delivery of a new batch of COVID-19 vaccines donated by China to boost its fight against COVID-19 pandemic. And we are hoping that these doses don't go to waste, just like the one we had in Nigeria. Joe and Oluchi, let me just bring it to you. Talking about, vaccine hesitancy, we talked about this last week. Looking at this step by Africa CDC, what do you make of it? Is it actually the right step?
It could be valid. I mean, looking at the fact that there's a shelf life for these vaccines, and if they're not well utilized, they just go to waste. You just clearly told us how Nigeria had to destroy over 1 million of these vaccines. So if you're sending it to some continent or some countries and they seem to be wasting it, we can put a hold and send it to other parts of the world that are in their need of this vaccine. So yeah, it's quite it's within the terms of the situation, actually.
Joe, do you share some sentiments?
I share the same sentiments. I mean, that's it. Give it to those who actually need it and save time. We're looking at hesitancy here and also a response towards taking the vaccination. So those who are willing to take, countries who are accepting it immediately, and then it's actually being implemented in terms of usage, then it should go there first.
Okay. So let's see how that one goes, but let me just give you the numbers real quick. According to Africa CDC, the continent has recorded over 11.4 million cases with over 248,000 deaths, while the number of recoveries is pegged at 10.4 million. Please, let's do what we can. If indeed Africa CDC goes ahead to halt distribution of vaccines across the African continent, I hope this would actually serve as a wake-up call to African leaders to get to devise other means to get their citizens vaccinated, and we ensure that we kick out this pandemic, the virus, coronavirus, out of the continent of Africa. Back to you, Joe and Oluchi.
Thank you so much, Michael, for being here, giving us the updates here on Breakfast Central.